According to the Extraterrestrials. Chapter 3. From Malona to Apophis.
If we observe our solar system, we notice how the planets have arranged themselves in separate orbits following a sequence. However, we can also notice a void in one of the orbits. A planet appears to be absent. Instead, we find in that void an orbiting mass of rock fragments that we have come to call the asteroid belt. Semyase, a Playaran extraterrestrial who contacted Billy Meier in 1975 for the first time, explained a planet known as Malona, or Phaeton, once existed there. But alas, it was destroyed. As a result of which the asteroids have been and will continue affecting all the planets in our star system, particularly our planet Earth. The Playaran have shared surprising information about our past, namely humankind's past, along with numerous warnings about the future of mankind, and some events we might face should we continue our current course. The planet Malona was long ago inhabited by human beings, from whom we are descendants. Of course, beside the human beings who developed on Earth, who in turn came from the region of the Sirius constellation, but located in a different space-time dimension from ours. These interstellar human travelers once settled on the planets Mars and Malona. At that time, the Earth was still quite inhospitable, and Mars had life and was habitable. So too was Malona. Once there, they took to building pyramids and large cities on both planets. Malona prospered, and even reached a population of up to 470 million human beings at some point in time. But natural events reduced it significantly. They were very aggressive, and their greed for might and power led them into numerous disastrous wars, when their population was only 52 million humans. During the final throes of what came to be a final war, one of the warring parties decided to leverage Malona's geology so as to claim victory over the other. You see, Malona's geology had produced a supervolcano that itself contained a massive inner chamber. This knowledge inspired a group of mad scientists of one of the warring sides to pour large quantities of water into that inner chamber so as to cause a huge explosion meant to destroy their enemy. To their miscalculating surprise of the effects of such an act, the result was much greater than expected. The entire planet suffered an irreversible fracture that first led to the destabilization of the planet, and then Malona's complete destruction when it exploded into pieces. All life, along with Malona, perished, permanently reshaping our once complete star system over 73,000 years ago. Later on, the inhabitants of Mars were also faced with their own natural disasters because of the destroyer, a comet the size of a planet that was present at this time in our solar system. Affected by the destroyer, loss of its magnetic field, and solar activity blowing its atmosphere, Mars began drying up. It forced the Martian population to migrate to Earth. Such is the fascinating truth about our earthly human race and its warring history, which tells us that we come from Malona and Mars. Adding further still to this tumultuous past, we can also include settlements of other human travelers who came from various distant sectors in the cosmos at different times, and with the original inhabitants on Earth, all together making up the different human races we have today in our gorgeous planet. So, what is left of Malona? A belt of asteroids. Some of them have hit the Earth in the past, causing great damage, and sometimes causing large tsunamis. We will be sure to cover those events and the destroyer in detail in future truth-teaching videos.
In 1981, Quetzal, a human Playaran extraterrestrial, shared with Billy about the possibility of one of these asteroids hitting Earth in the future. Quetzal called it the Red Meteor. Some 23 years later, in 2004, NASA discovered an asteroid that is thought to be the one Quetzal was referring to, which threatens to collide with Earth. NASA named this rock Apophis. Another Playaran extraterrestrial by the name of Ta later gave Billy more details about the actual size of this asteroid, measuring 350 meters in diameter, and also shared what it may cause should it hit the Earth. To prevent this catastrophe, he suggested humanity organize itself to effectively divert Apophis from its trajectory by detonating a near-nuclear explosion. He warned this explosion should not explode too close to Apophis, lest it cause it to break up into countless pieces, making it even more dangerous. The explosion must be carefully calculated so that it only sufficiently nudges Apophis and changes its trajectory away from Earth. On April 13, 2029, Apophis will pass close to Earth, according to NASA, without any danger of hitting us. But it is still not entirely clear what its future trajectory will be, as there are many variables that may slightly modify its orbit. However, Apophis will return in 2036 and is expected to return again further in the future. Is it possible that someday it will impact us in the region between the Black Sea and the North Sea, as initially warned by Quetzal? Should this come to pass, and if this were to happen, it would indeed cause a lot of damage to that region of the planet. But it would also completely change our delicate climate, causing tremendous destruction and countless human deaths. We currently have the technology to deflect Apophis and other small asteroids. But we must first work as one, be united as a people, and avoid these threats together. It is key to act early enough so as to not lose the window of opportunity, to avoid the certainty of a life-altering impact. If you would like more details about Apophis, the danger it poses, and the options for deflecting it, we recommend you watch that video on our channel. What happened in Malona teaches us that greed for might and power only and certainly always lead to catastrophic destructive consequences. We must all strive for peace and harmony with each other. We must make the choices necessary for us to evolve towards a higher state of consciousness and understanding that we are all interconnected. we must recognize the wisdom that teaches us the truth that to harm others is to harm ourselves. Whilst we human beings are but one of the countless life forms living on Earth, we have in fact an obligation and responsibility to be the stewards of the planet, keep it healthy and thriving.